Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I'm about 28 minutes away from the house. Man, oh man, all these meals that I've been eating, they're catching up to me. I looked in the mirror, I'm like, wow, I didn't gain weight quick. Stomach is starting to pout out again. It's like, man, I can't really eat anything, to be honest with you. Any type of little cheat meal I eat, if I want to have like a week where I'm eating like I did about a month ago, it goes straight to my gut. I could keep working out, I never stop working out, but don't matter. It just, my metabolism is really bad. So anyway, I'm trying to walk this off right now. It's a pretty hot day, still about 80 degrees. So even though the breeze is starting to come in, I've been able to win battles thus far. Walked past a couple weed spots, still ain't bought no weed. So eventually I expect myself to cave, but that ain't coming right now. So just keep on pushing forward. But yeah, man, just enjoying my day. Grab myself a salad, grab myself some hygiene stuff, lotion, Axe spray, that kind of thing today. That was really what it was about. I had run out of a lot of stuff that I use in that regard. So this was a day where I could kind of read that up and do my walking. So I've been doing walking all in this hot sun, and it's been a pretty good day overall. Just hot, man. Good sweats. Definitely sweating good today. So that shower is gonna be looking great when I finally take it. But yeah, man, that's really the gist of the catch up of what's been going on with me, man. Just a lot of sweating, a lot of trying to exercise, and that's pretty much the motion right now. Hearing about what's going on in the world, and obviously I love to speak about things that matter to others that maybe don't apply to me, but this may apply to me and apply to us in the Western world and U.S. With everything that's going on in America, aligning itself with Israel in the way that it is, and how Israel is showing itself to be in control of our country, the hate that we thought was always pointed at us, that they told us to fear, is now actually pointed at us in real life. And while we've been able to effectively live in such a way that doesn't allow for any fighting to go on in our soil, I'm afraid that we're in a space where that may not be something we can rely upon going forward. It's one of those situations where I was listening to somebody that I get a lot of news from. Essentially, she was telling her followers that, Russia is telling all of the people that our Zionist government don't get along with, that they'll sell them long-range missiles to shoot at us. And it's one of those situations where it's just like this. As I always say, when you show your backside, it reflects poorly upon who it is that people believe you to be, your character. If you line up with terrorists, people are going to be angry at you, and those who the terrorists have hurt are going to be looking to get back at you. And so that's kind of what this is. The wool is pulled out from not only the eyes of all of us, but everybody who's paying attention to this genocide. The wool is not really covering anymore. They know who's behind what. They know who is voting a certain way in regards to not ceasing fire. They know, ultimately who to blame. And unfortunately, our government is one of the people to blame for what's happening in Palestine and other places around the world. And eventually, that vitriol that's pointed at America is going to fall on the American people. It's not going to fall on the government officials. They're not looking to shoot at our government necessarily. They're looking to bomb whatever the hell's here. They're looking to boycott our businesses and all these different things. I was hearing about what's going on in Saudi Arabia. People were ransacking KFCs. Why? Because they're an American company. And that's how real it is. So it's American people who are going to get hurt by the reflection of our government being projected onto us, and that's something that I think people need to be aware of and try to get out in front of right now. Get out in front of that. People are going to be boycotting us just off the strength of our flag. And while it might be just, a lot of us don't even know nor have anything to do with, what's going to ultimately be falling on our heads. I'm afraid people are going to lose their lives out here who the only real sin they had was being from this place. You know what I mean? A lot of soldiers, they're going to be targeted because of what it is that our government is doing and how they run around. People like Nimarata, whatever the hell her name is, Nikki Haley, is running around telling people that we love Israel and that America backs Israel. You know, it's like, okay, well, F us. That's essentially what they're going to be saying. And then from there, whatever comes with that, comes with that. They're not looking to hit the people who are specifically saying that. They're looking to hit whoever the hell is underneath the flag. So, while a lot of y'all are still in a space where you think the Zios are smart to get behind, a lot of y'all gonna be in some real trouble. Like some real trouble. Some of y'all who want to be silent because you're afraid of what the Zios are gonna do if you're not, you know, falling in line with them, you're gonna really see what I've been talking about for the last 140 days about how you shouldn't align with people who are doing evil. Don't align with people who are doing evil. You are better standing in the consequences of going against them than you would aligning with them for fear of the consequences of going against them. That is what I've lived by and believed for a long time. That's why I don't hang with a lot of people, because I don't want to be a part of what you do. So I'm not faced with that fork and that crossroads that comes with having to be quiet for the sake of the evil you do. I stay away from you, and I don't have to ever know nor be a part of what it is that you do. That's how I like to live. Because if you're doing wrong, I'm afraid the consequences of aligning with you are far worse than what comes with capitulating to your BS. And our country is not wise enough to do otherwise. They, and a lot of us, are still being quiet for the sake of, well, they can do something to us if we don't. But aligning with them is going to bring about the consequences that are coming for their heads. You know who they're standing behind? You. And so as we often talk about in regards to what they're saying about Israel, or rather Palestine, and Hamas standing behind innocent people, that's exactly what they're doing in regards to us. The Z's are standing behind us. They're standing behind us. We're the human shields. They get to run off and say America loves Palestine, backs Palestine, Israel, and backs Israel and all they do. And then guess what? When people are mad at Israel and they mad at America, who they gonna point at? Point at you. They point at me. They point at regular people. So that's the concern that I'm bringing to the table. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody to watch out for. We're not used to bombs bursting in there. We're not used to city blocks and residential blocks being blown to bits, people and falling rubble, underneath rubble and all that. But that's exactly what people are going to want to see us go through for the sake of what is happening in Palestine. They're going to want to see us pull our kids out from under the damn rubble. You understand what I'm saying? And it ain't just the people who are hurting about this, or rather the people who've had this directly done to them, it's the people who support them. Some of which are in your country right now. So this is what I'm trying to get people to understand is possible. We got a wonderful army that's willing to live and die for us, but at the end of the day, they're going to have their hands full, because we're going to be putting out all kinds of battles all over the place in the name of the U.S. being exposed for all the evil that it's been doing for so many years. There's going to be a lot of people who want to open the back door on the U.S. because of the stuff that they've been doing for all these years. Enemies they don't even know it has. Friends that only align by a couple of dollars. They don't really want to mess with us no more because the jig is up. People going to know the U.S. is about that genocide. They about their own self, and they ultimately don't care about nobody, and they willing to kill kids to let it be. I'm telling you, you got that type of reputation, you don't have no real friends. You just got people who will put up with you until it no longer makes sense to do so. And so that's what I'm telling y'all, man. Israel, US, UK, Western world, we're the enemy of the world. And people are going to be teaming up to kick our ass. And we got the biggest army in the world. But we've never had to deal with this much of a threat that's coming at us at the same damn time. Too many people know what the hell this country's been up to in a negative way. Too many people are aware of how AIPAC owns our government. And the first thing they're going to say is, how did this happen? And they're going to look at the people and they'll say, well, you were sitting there capitulating and allowing it to happen, so we're going to target you. Well, that might not even be what it is. It might not be necessarily that so many people even are aware of this. So this is where the world is headed now, man. We the enemies of the world, just like Israel, because we lined up next to Israel by way of our government and them selling out to Israel. So now anytime people see the American flag, they thinking about the things that are happening in Palestine. They thinking about not only that, but then everything that America has done on top of that, including stealing this land that we're on right now. Colonized land. The essence of what it means to be a colonizer has never been more destroyed. That reputation of what it means to be what it is that a pilgrim was, or what it is that a settler is, it's never had a worse reputation. That's like the nastiest thing to be in the world right now. And when people look at what America's ultimately been, it's been that the whole time. Your reputation is shot, U.S. And nobody's confused about that. Your enemies aren't confused by that. Your friends aren't confused by that. Nobody who's paying attention to current affairs is confused by that. So all the stuff that we used to be able to chill and allow to happen are now things that we got to look over our shoulder because of. The way it should have been seen the whole time is the way it's about to be seen from here on out. So that's what it is. Y'all got to be careful waving your flag when you go places. It may not be all that safe for people. Now when they go on vacation to certain places, you may not come home, literally. Especially y'all who got money. Because it's not just people looking at us side-eyed, it's people looking at us directly saying, y'all responsible for some of the horrific things that we're seeing in this world. We don't think it, we know it. It's been proven now. And Israel going around being an antagonist, making fun of all the people that they don't have no humility in regards to the things that they've done. It ain't enough for them to do those things, but they also have to jump around and dance and rub it in people's faces that they've done it. All that do is make people hate them even more. And anybody that stand next to them too. So if every time I see one of these goofy ass TikToks done by an Israeli making fun of people that they didn't torture, the first thing I'm now thinking about is I may have to lose my life over that stupid shit. Somebody I love may end up losing their life because that's the reaction to them being stupid and us standing next to them while they do it. Them being taunting people and torturing people. You know how that's reacted to? If you don't know, unfortunately, you're going to find out. So yeah, we got this big ass army, but we've never had more enemies coming from more different directions from which we have blind spots. Never in the history of America had they had more international enemies than they about to have right now for lining up next to these assholes. I'm telling you, this is the most irresponsible government possible, man. They weren't wise enough to see how they were putting their own selves in danger. It's lining up next to these morons for a couple dollars. These people need to be given all that comes with that in regards to the law, man. All that comes with that. Whatever the proper way of punishing people for treason is what many of these people in the government need to receive in order for us to somewhat redeem our reputation. It ain't even about justice. It's about people understanding that now we're not them. It could be the difference between thousands and thousands of people, maybe even millions of people losing their lives, man. It's making sure that these assholes who are owned by AIPAC and AIPAC themselves take on the proper justice process. I'm telling you, man. Because if people think the people are aligned with what's going on there, we're all going to have to face something that we don't want to face. Uncomfortable circumstances, unsafe realities, man. Y'all know I've been predicting things for a long time on this channel. Some have come to pass, some have yet to, some may not. But when it comes to something like this ain't no prediction, man. This is cause and effect. Israel is killing children every day. And our government is essentially funding it, paying for it, and co-signing it. Somebody gonna have to pay for that. You understand what I'm saying? Whether y'all on one side or another, somebody is going to pay for that. I'm just very certain that those who are likely going to get the worst of it probably aren't the ones who's supposed to get the worst of it. And that's what we need to try to jump ahead of. So I'm telling y'all, man, It's gonna get weird out here. And as it does, just know that prayer is the only thing that's really gonna save us. Whatever your religion is, if you believe in compassion, if you've ever done a good thing in your damn life and you think God may want to give you a favor, now's the time to ask for it if you're under this flag, man. I'm just being honest with you. Because everything that we know and everything that we've known it to be is changed now that we're aligning ourselves with people who kill children for fun and make fun of it. You understand what I'm saying? When everybody's a witness to this. Ain't nothing but footage of this all day, every day. We're the worst human beings to ever live according to people who don't know that we're not with this. And every time I see one of them little hat people bouncing up and down, taunting, I understand that it's an American life on the line for their taunts. It's a UK life on the line for their taunts. People who are likely screaming free Palestine are going to be the ones that take on the karma of that type of taunt. They're going to get it them, and then they're going to get it who's backing them to make them feel like they should even be confident enough to taunt like that. And guess who that backing is? The USA. BDF 44, I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.